So today I want to start with asking some questions. How many of us in the audience are from Illinois? So how many of us here have a family background, maybe agriculture? Less than I thought, okay. I still remember my first crop science class at University of Illinois when the teacher asked, how many of you have a family farm? And everyone raised their hand except for me. So today we have one topic, agriculture. And we have another one, is climate change. Well, we heard about climate change at school. We have climate marches. And I think many people already are familiar with the topic. And on a global scale, we have big countries like the US and China have corporations on climate, solving some environmental issues and cutting CO2 emissions. So today I want to talk about some pros and cons of the effects of climate change, especially global warming on agriculture, and how that climate change has positive and negative effects, and then it's harming our ecosystems. So to begin with, global warming is one really important factor in climate change. According to the US Department of Agriculture on their website, the average surface temperature of the Earth rises about 1.8 degrees Fahrenheit in the past 115 years to 2016. And that is a lot. It makes the time we are up here the hottest time in the modernized civilization. So how is global warming good for agriculture? Well, the answer is very simple, that plants love warmer environment. So when I made a visit to UFI labs, I found interesting that they have many research fields in Puerto Rico. Well, the reason is if they can plant crops 1 or 2 times per year here, they can do it 3 or 4 times in Puerto Rico. And another reason is that you can have more lands, because there are some countries in the north that have massive frozen lands, like Canada, like Russia or Ukraine. So take Ukraine as an example. So also, according to the USDA, Ukraine is already the #1 production in the world in sunflowers. You use that for sunflower oils. And #6 in corn and #7 in wheat. So imagine what will those numbers be if we have a warmer environment there. They can plant more. And we talk about the positive effects. We have some negative effects as well. Global warming can cause some natural disasters like flood or drought. So according to this professor at University of Agriculture in Pakistan, which is a country between China and India in Asia, and in the Himalaya mountain areas, global warming is observed by the melting speed of glaciers there, and is threatening their agriculture. And this past summer, I was back in China at home, and I read news about this very hot summer in China. Many people died, crops died. There was this hot temperature and drought, and even farmers died in working outside. And you also have news reports in Europe, in the United States, or in Africa. So this was a global issue that we had really hot summer this year. And we talk about global warming, but climate change is more than just global warming. So climate change, sometimes combined with agricultural activities, can be harmful to our ecosystem. According to this article published on New Scientist on April 27, 2022, more than 50% of insects observe number decrease in agricultural fields. And they believe this is a combined effect of global warming and agriculture. So why is that bad? Well, we need to have a strong ecosystem and species diversity. So crops are harmful from many things. They're harmful from bacteria, fungi, viruses, or insects, or other invading species, other plants. So imagine if there's like a pandemic in crops. Where can you find the vaccine from? Well, you can find the vaccine from some mutant species or from the genes of other plants. And this is what's called the GMOs, or genetically modified plants. So in order to do that, we have to have a strong and stable ecosystem and a diverse gene pool. So in conclusion, we usually think that climate change is being bad. And today we talk about some positive and negative effects of climate change and global warming, especially on agriculture. So taking actions to protect our environment is important. We can cut CO2 emissions by walking or riding bikes, taking public transportations. We can use less plastic utensils. But I think it is also important to understand why, to understand what the effects of climate change, global warming on our lives, and in this case, on agriculture.